To the Talkies.
Yes, a show made by and for all movie buffs and bluffs. We are your hosts. My name is Autumn. I use any and all pronouns, but if you're like, nah, that's too many options, they, them is always the easiest.
And my name is Kai, and I use she, her, or they, them pronouns.
Woo! Let's get into it!
Woo!
This is a new thing we're doing. We're testing out the waters. It's it's the first episode, so we're going to try to make the best out of it, despite the fact first episodes of podcasts are notoriously, like, probably a circle in hell.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Generally a little rough.
Yeah. The limbo level, that's where it's at. I don't know. Do you know Dante's Inferno?
No, I'm thinking that you mentioned, like, limbo, you know, like that game you play at, like, parties when you're a kid where you have to, like, toe under the line, and in my head, you're saying that the first episode of the podcast is, like, when the limbo bar is way on the ground, and boy, is it hard to get through there. Was I mistaken?
Honestly, no. That works perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think we're just gonna have a good time. We're just gonna go for it, see what happens. This was a very impulsive decision, though. We have literally pulled this together in like 2 days.
Yes.
I'm very proud of us.
I'm very proud of us, too.
Look at us go.
We're doing great.
Yeah. So, our relationship with movies, we should get into it for sure. We love movies, obviously. I actually think it would be more intriguing if neither of us had never seen one and did a podcast, if I'm being real.
That would be impressive if we had gone this far without ever seeing a movie.
So we're just going to actually pretend from here on out. We have never done a movie before. So sorry. But no, actually, I think it'd be kind of cool to talk about how much we love these little... The cinema, the little big things on the big screen.
The moving pictures?
Those little pictures that in which are animated.
Wow.
And do the dang thing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I'll start. So for me, I would say I rode the great movie ride at Disney World back in 3rd grade. I already was obsessed with Blockbuster and was going there all the time as a kid because I lived out in the middle of nowhere, so like we still had movie rental stores in the 2000s.
I did too when I was significantly younger, maybe a little younger than you were when you still had video rental stores. Mine was not a Blockbuster though. Mine was like its own thing. It was not a brand name. I don't remember what it was called.
Oh no, mine was there was one Blockbuster that was like 30 minutes away.
Okay.
And that was like, we went once and then we decided, we'll just stick to the one in town. The one in town also had the popcorn, and I don't think the actual Blockbuster did, which is sinful because that's like the whole point.
Agreed.
But I already liked going there and seeing all the movies, and I pretty much just rotated between Disney movies and Blue's Clues at that point in my life.
Classic.
But after going on vacation at Disney World, I went on this ride that takes you through all the movies, and I was like, cinema can transport you across all realms. Wow. And I've been addicted ever since. I studied film, kind of, in college. I studied performing in it, and that's the whole thing. That's what you're seeing on the screen, right?
That's what you're seeing on the screen is the performing.
Yeah. So I stuck to that, and now I go to the movies all too often, honestly. They break my bank account. And I go pretty much every Saturday morning as my own therapy session where I just go and cry to whatever good, heartfelt movie is at the Alamo Drafthouse.
Yes, I often join you at the movies, except for Saturdays. Saturdays are normally a solo trek for you. I don't think I've ever gone to a Saturday once.
You don't need to. You really don't. It's been, especially the past few months, me just purely drowning myself in mask tears a little bit and being like, oh, I'm going to feel the tears for about the next 3 hours as I get my groceries and go home because, yes, I still have the bandwidth somehow to go get groceries. But
that is kind of incredible that you do that successfully.
The Lord works hard, but I work harder. What about you, Kai? Hey, Kai.
Yes.
Do you like movies?
Movies, hate them. So for my story about movies, just bumped the mic, the classic conundrum.
Ooh.
For my story about movies, we have to go back to 1863 when the first photograph was probably not taken, because it was probably earlier than that. And
I'm gonna double check that, but I appreciate you think they've been around that long.
Photographs, I think they have.
Oh, photographs.
Yeah,
yes. I was thinking
going
phonograph.
way back. So photographs, I saw one of those and I was like, what if it moved? And then movies were invented. My history with movies genuinely was fairly similar. I had a local video store as a kid. My love of movies especially started with the Star Wars prequels. Yeah. Especially episode 1. I know everyone hates episode 1. Controversial opinion number 1. I'm nostalgic for that movie.
Yeah.
Little kid me loved it.
As little kid you should. Because
the
that's the
Darth Maul fight at the end. The Duel of the Fates soundtrack.
Come on.
Brilliant. So I'm really mainly growing up just watched Harrison Ford movies on repeat. Like any movie Harrison Ford was in, regardless of rating, I would just watch it. And it was so much that I also liked watching all of the behind the scenes of movies. Like, I remember we had like an Indiana Jones complete collection, and there was the original 3 movies at the time, and then the 4th disc was bonus materials, and it was hours and hours of behind the scenes footage watching Steven Spielberg like direct the movies and George Lucas talk and stuff. And that at the time admittedly wanted me to become a movie director when I was a kid. So far that I remember I got a shirt for Christmas one year that said director on it, and I would wear that around. It was a good time, and I would rope my friends into making like home videos and stuff like that. But as I definitely got older, movies dropped out of my life a little bit, especially in like the high school era.
You're too cool for school.
I was too cool for school, but then in college, I worked at a movie theater, which essentially I worked at the film industry because hot take number 2, movie theater presentation is part of the film industry.
Oh, it 100% is. I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah, it probably isn't a hot take.
I think it's just
when I said it, it seemed kind of more not a hot take.
You were like, nobody thinks this whatsoever. No, that's something I think should be recognized more, for sure. I think that I know plenty... Well, first of all, I know plenty of film kids that I think could live the rest of their lives living as happily as ever. Just working, serving people the concessions, or getting to just get those free movie tickets because they get pricey, especially nowadays. Not everything's Lux seats. Come on now. I just like to say the behind the scene features that you were referencing earlier, I had a similar thing, but mine was to the Shrek 2 bonus features.
You know what? Are you going to talk about the Far, Far Away Idol?
Yes, I absolutely am.
Okay, good. Please continue.
Honestly, that move shaked my world. I will say I have been so terrified of Simon Cowell ever since. Yeah. He's scary in it in terms of his animation, and I can't handle it.
Yes.
But
agreed.
I do think that was formative to something within me. I don't know if that one was like love of movies per se, but it was the love of Shrek, I guess.
Shrek 2 is a great movie. I also had the video game on the GameCube.
You did?
Me and my neighbors, we spent hours playing the Shrek 2 video game, and there was a character called like Little Red, who was the best character to be, like trans vibes all throughout. But Little Red was like, she was special because she wasn't in the movie. Like, you could be like Shrek and Fiona and Donkey and Puss in Boots. But then on some levels, there was this random character named Little Red or something. It was like Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, and she's left out of all the movies. Honestly, justice for Little Red Riding Hood.
Justice for Little Red Riding Hood. To anyone who played Shrek 2 on the GameCube, it was probably on other platforms as well. You know what I'm talking about with Little Red Riding Hood. Best character, hands down, in that game.
I hope it's this and not like because when I think of Little Red Riding Hood, I only think of Hoodwinked. So I'm really hoping that you didn't mold Shrek and Hoodwinked.
No, I did not. I know.
I feel like this is a formative memory you would remember.
It's a very formative memory, which I hadn't thought of in a while, but I always wanted to be Little Red. I like the color red also. That could have been associated.
Got a record right here for all of you listening. So sorry. We've already made 2 references to things you absolutely cannot see. We're visual. That's movies where you're listening to something about something that you watched. So what do you expect?
I did have to ask one question, though, about Shrek Far, Far Away Idol before we move on.
Absolutely.
Was there one standout song for you in the Shrek Far, Far Away Idol?
Oh, I'm trying to remember which ones they actually were.
I mean, I can name a bunch off the top of my head, which might be sad.
I only really watched it I have this thing called Back of the Car movies, which sounds terrifying out of context. If you don't know what it meant for me. I didn't. I was a child. My mother had one of those vans that had the DVD drop-down thing.
Yes. We did not have one, but many of my friends' parents did.
Yeah, maybe that's also a big thing that allowed me to like movies as much as I did, because I spent so much time watching them by watching them in the car all the time, going to and fro places. And so I have this thing called like Back of the Car movies, and I think Shrek 2 was there for a second, which makes me think we might have rented it or something. Maybe it was like a red box. Ooh, red box. Okay.
Well, that's a throwback. I had the Shrek 2 soundtrack, I know, in our car.
Good bops. Live La Vida Loca is the main thing that comes to my brain. But
I Need a Hero as well.
Yeah, that's...
Changes by David Bowie was on there.
There's an entire video essay on YouTube. I don't remember who made it. Great name drop. I love it. But basically, it was a whole video on how the I Need a Hero scene from Shrek 2 is the perfect scene. Just a perfect movie scene. And they're right. And they should say it. And it broke it down almost frame by frame. And that's the kind of things we aspire to do here on this podcast.
Correct.
Absolutely. So, this is a big week.
It is a big week.
Not just because this is the first episode of The Talkies.
Wait, there's something else big happening? This was the only big thing I was aware of.
I know. Everyone's just thinking so much about like the Sonic movie in this podcast, and that's it, that they're just so distracted and forgot to remember that the Academy Awards are this weekend.
The Academy Awards.
The great weekend in which that big old gold man named Oscar comes busting down your door and says, "Hey, where's Timothée Chalamet at?"
He says, "Bring me Zendaya."
Yes. He goes, "I don't give a single F about Adam Driver. Not at all." I'm so sorry to Adam.
The
I'm
spectrum
so sorry
of
man.
John Oliver and the Oscar on their love for Adam Driver. If anyone hasn't seen it, look up John Oliver talking about Adam Driver. You won't regret it.
It's me. I'm looking it up. No. I didn't know that. That's exciting.
I'm not spoiling it here. You're in for a surprise.
All right. I will go listen to it, and I will come back to you next week on this podcast. So there are many a category to this here Oscars, and I think we should go through some of them and say who we think should win, whether or not they got nominated, honestly.
And for those listening, this is a very important time to make the clear distinction that despite me knowing a handful of songs from the Shrek 2 Far, Far Away Idol, we have said that The Talkies is a podcast for movie buffs and movie bluffs. Autumn is very much the movie buff, and I am very much the movie bluff. Autumn has seen every or almost every Academy Award nominated movie.
Almost every. We might get to all of them by the time of the show.
I don't know what was nominated, so I don't know if I've seen any that have been nominated or not, but we're about to find out.
Yeah. The prep is right now.
Yes.
And we're doing it live here.
Yes. You got to be prepared. Step 1 about the Oscars is find Timothée Chalamet. Step 2...
We can't find him, so this is going to be a rough one.
Yeah.
This is going to be a rough little year.
Step 2, we got to prepare.
Where's Timothy Charcuterie Board? All right.
Timothée Chalamet.
Speaking of actors, first of all, half a sec. Why is actor and actress still two separate categories? Okay, that's all I really need to say about that.
They could break it down more specifically than that.
Genre, performance types.
Like best performer in a genre or something like that.
Best cartwheel. I feel like
best jawline.
Well, at first I was like, easy. Like, we know who's getting it. But then I realized...
We know who's getting it. Adam Driver.
Yeah. But then I thought about it, and I was like, wow, we've been name-dropping the two sharpest jaws of Hollywood in the past minute. That's a toss-up between these two slick, black-haired men. All right. Actor in a leading role. Who do you think did the acting best within the past year?
Okay, so you know what? This is I lied earlier. I'm a liar. I'm admitting it now. I do know one movie that was nominated, and that's what I'm picking for this. So I'm starting off with a win. The others might be egg on my face, but this is a win. Maybe that's not the phrase, but that's okay.
I don't know. Continue.
Leading actor in a lead role is the boho boy himself, Andrew Garfield from Tick, Tick, Boom. I think he's nominated. I liked that movie a lot. He did a swell job.
He did. This is the life.
Bo.
That's us.
That's us. And
also context, I'm sure everybody knows, but if not, we live together in New York City.
Yes, we are roommates in Brooklyn, and yes, I know that boho is typically referring to the Alphabet Village in Manhattan, but we're close enough.
Hey, you have to use the alphabet to spell Prospect Park. You have to use the alphabet to spell Brooklyn.
Correct.
So we are valid, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, and you know what? Speaking about that performance, to throw one more thing in, so many actors win awards for the transformation that they're able to do. And Andrew Garfield's hair in that movie, it's something else. I just want to throw that out there.
His hair should win the award. Maybe. I think that is part of the performance. When he's playing that piano and he does this little... You didn't see it if you're listening only.
Chalamet can't do that.
Yeah, no one can move the hair quite like Andrew does. Every single strand of hair went through an 8-hour rigorous jazz routine rehearsal for every song in that movie. Did you know that?
I believe it.
I believe it in my little heart. All right, actor in a supporting role. Who do you think should get it? I'm not going to give you names because you definitely don't know a single one of these people, and I barely do. Because this is all of their most first performance.
That's a bold claim because the clear winner here, an actor in a supporting role, I believe this also includes a villain. Yeah. I think there's not a villain category, but clearly the winner here is Willem Dafoe from Spider-Man. Is he nominated?
No.
Okay, I kind of saw that one coming, not gonna lie.
You're correct, though.
His laugh in that movie, he is very creepy.
He's terrifying.
It's a really good performance. I like Willem Dafoe in almost everything that he's in. I do like when he sometimes plays Willem Dafoe.
On the rare occasion.
He was very much Dafoe in that Spider-Man movie for the vast majority of it.
The Defriend to Dafoe pipeline in that movie, perhaps.
Yeah.
One to be discussed.
Yeah, that's my strong vote for that. Willem Dafoe himself.
Yes. All right, actress in a leading role.
Wait, who are the other nominees?
Oh, God. It's like, I think... Can I explain my theory to the world?
Yes.
I think
hit your theory.
This year is the year of the gay for the Academy Awards. I think they tend to pick a category of underrepresented groups and focus on them, except for last year, because last year was kind of a mess anyway because of the repercussions of 2020. Therefore, it does not count. IMO. But this year, I feel like, is going to be the year of the gay. There's many opportunity for that, considering the discussions in the industry around it, especially Disney right now. And I think that also so many of these movies they're not outwardly this is gay. It's like there's aspects to it. Like Power of the Dog is inherently. Eyes of Tammy Faye has relations to the community, and so does Tick Tick Boom, and all of these other movies. So it's like, you know, Hollywood's version of queer representation, where it's like, we put a gay in this movie, therefore it is gay film.
Yes,
and that's not it, but that's what I think that they think they're doing.
Gotcha.
Because there's just some interesting clear winners, and we'll get into it more. But in this category, I think Cody Smith McPhee, I believe is how you say his name. I'm awful at pronouncing.
Yes, one of the children from Nanny McPhee. Incredible. He deserves it. Whatever he's in, give him that Oscar.
He's in Power of the Dog.
Oh, okay.
In general, I think everyone's expecting Power of the Dog to sweep, which means it won't, because they have to find... The Oscars love to start things. They love to start drama.
Oh, yes. And then they get those sweet shout-outs on trending social medias.
Yes.
You know what I mean.
They get the clickety-clacks on the tweet.
I know what Twitter is.
That's good. I made us one for this podcast. I will teach you the way.
Oh, good. What is the next category that
actress leading role?
Oh, actress. Actress in a leading role. Oh wait, I know this one too. I'm gonna go with. This is gonna be 2 for 3, I think, in correct predictions.
Yes.
Maybe 3 for 3. Willem Dafoe could win on a write-in. You never know what's gonna happen.
Willem could win all of these categories because he's basically in every movie, whether you believe it or not. He's probably at least in the background. He's actually probably directing everything.
That's correct. But lead actress, I am going with. She's there. She's very attractive. It's Kristen Stewart in the movie Spencer. Is that the full title?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And things I liked about her performance. I haven't seen the movie, but I know Kristen Stewart's face is probably in it. Give her the award.
She deserves it. She served looks. The looks is her looking.
She made it through Twilight.
Give
her the award.
She deserves it. I 1000% agree, honestly. I will say my backup is I think Nicole Kidman should win for the AMC promo that plays before you see a movie at AMC. That's the reason I don't go to AMC's because her performance just moves me so much. It shakes me to the core, and I can't cry before every single film. It was like when West Side Story trailers were playing before I saw West Side Story when Sondheim passed, and I was like, I'm crying before every single movie right now. I can't do that again. It's hard.
That's very fair. So, everyone, you have 2 things to look up now. Number 1 is John Oliver, Adam Driver. Just Google that. You'll get all you need. And secondly, Nicole Kidman, AMC.
Yes. And you'll be set. That's all the cinema you need.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm 3 for 3 on Oscar predictions so far. What is category number 4?
Let's just talk about actress in supporting role really fast.
Oh, yikes.
No, I think this one, you've seen this person.
That is enough to give it away, and it's clearly Billie Eilish. No, I'm kidding. No, this
on SNL,
is
doing the TikTok nurse dance.
Yes. Oh, this.
You're on it because the person
they were an SNL host,
yes,
and I feel like I wish I could get their name in real time here. I feel like their name is something DeBose or
DeBose.
DeBose. What is their first name?
Ariana.
Ariana DeBose.
Yes. Also, side note, Billy, if you need someone to accept the award for you at the Oscars and you just can't make it, if you need a body double, I got you covered.
There is a running joke that Autumn does have very much Billie Eilish vibes, but
I have more Robert Pattinson.
That is very true as well.
Argued. Okay. That's Ariana.
Ariana DeBose. Didn't see West Side Story. Loved her on SNL though.
So actually, Ariana wins for SNL.
Wins for SNL. Doesn't even matter what happened on West Side Story, but give Ariana the Oscar. Bring it to the gay bank. Yes.
Period.
Yes.
All right. I got 2 more for us, I think.
Okay.
Because I think that's all that anybody will be able to stand.
Yes. Hit me with these final 2.
All right. Animated feature film.
Ooh, okay. Animated feature film.
I'm particularly passionate about this single category.
Ooh, okay. So
stakes are high.
Stakes are high. I'm trying to think of... can I ask a technical question?
Yes.
Is Red released too soon to be nominated?
You mean Turning Red?
Yes, that's that one.
It did literally come out last week.
Okay,
So...
can I think of a single other animated movie?
I threw this one in to throw you for a loop because we did not talk about this category.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to pick Turning Red, that's totally fair because we did literally just watch it.
I know that one is not going to win. So if I had to go an animated feature, I think the Oscars are going for a throwback round this year.
Okay. I was going to actually vote the same thing.
Oh, really?
But let me see what you're going to say.
Okay, so for the throwback category, because not a single animated movie came out, they were forced to go with The Land Before Time.
Oh my God. I just expected you to say that.
If you haven't seen that movie, there's Littlefoot.
Is there Bigfoot?
No, there's someone named Ducky.
Oh, that's the sad one. The with the sad story about the actor. I don't want to get into that.
Oh, never mind. We're moving on then.
Oh,
anyway,
well,
give tragedies. Give them the Oscar.
Just give it to them.
What do you think is going to win that category?
I think that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse should win every single year until something better comes out. And that will be Spider-Verse 2, which comes out, I think, this year?
Can they give something a preemptive Oscar?
What does preemptive as a word mean?
I think I used the wrong word. A premature Oscar.
It's not premature if it happened. It won the Oscar for best.
No. Can we give an Oscar this year
to
Spider-Verse 2? Yes.
Yeah. I think it's pretty guaranteed. I mean, if anything that Haley Steinfeld voice accent or is just on, I believe that it's award worthy because she breathes and I'm like, there's a man.
I do
named
very
Oscar.
much like Haley Steinfeld.
Same.
Yeah.
Hawkeye, stop it.
Yeah.
All right, last category.
If only she was in The Land Before Time. Okay, what's up next?
Shame. They got to do a remake.
They should.
I actually don't know if that's okay or not. I hate to watch that movie. Okay, Best Picture. Obviously, we're gonna end it here.
Okay, Best Picture. Best Picture. I feel like, can I even name any that are nominated? I know you watched one the other day called Drive My Car, which is not about the Beatles.
No, it's not.
Power of the Dog / Hair of the Dog, I think you said is the favorite, but I'm going to have to pull out kind of the wild card here.
Yes.
And I'm going to go, I'm almost certain that it's not nominated, but The French Dispatch, the clear winner.
The one that's on our wall.
It's on the wall behind us. It has everything a Best Picture needs. Timothée Chalamet, check.
Willem
Dafoe, check.
Every other actor in Hollywood is basically in the movie.
Yeah, it's got, can I think of any names now? The person from Fargo, McDermott? McDonald. Francis McDonald, yes.
Nope.
It has, it's not Francis, Tilda Swinton? The Bluff status is coming out. It has the guy who I really liked in The Batman. He also plays BB in The Hunger Games.
My brain just went Robert Pattinson.
No, it is
the one actor in Hollywood that's not.
He played Commissioner or Lieutenant Gordon in The Batman.
The new one?
Yes.
Oh shoot! I don't.
I like that actor, and he.
No, I remember him in it. He did a fantastic job.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like the best part. The food sequence. Oh, would they do the like car getaway and it's all animated? Come on,
so good.
Come on.
So that's my vote. French Dispatch. What is your vote?
My vote for Best Picture this year is probably, I'd say there's this picture of Adam Driver and Andrew Garfield that was taken for an article. I'm talking Best Picture literally.
Yes. Wait, why are we calling it Best Motion Picture?
Precisely. We gotta get specific. There's this picture of them standing next to each other. I wish I had an example to show you in this moment, but it's the two of them on the edge of this brick wall, and they're both holding a cup of coffee. Now,
romantic.
So you'd think. But there's a story to these 2 cups of coffee. The way Andrew's holding it is so out there, loud and proud, that it really reflects his personality. But Adam Driver has it hidden so much so you don't realize he's holding that cup until you analyze the photo for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Adam Driver is one mysterious man.
Yeah, he's able to hold an entire, like, I'd say 10-ounce coffee cup in his hand from a photo. And a napkin on top. The magic that is Adam Driver. Anyway, Adam Driver, Annette Supremacy, obviously, but
yes.
Best Picture, genuinely.
Is that picture.
It is that picture. I'd also say my backup pick from the nominations. I'm very torn now because I watched Coda yesterday, and I love that. I would give it to Drive My Car, I think, though. And King Richard and Coda would be kind of my ties for behind it. But I think none of those are going to win, which breaks my heart because everybody's pretty sure it's like a Power of the Dog situation. I know for a fact, though, also the drama of the Oscars, they could give it to West Side Story to see every film cinephile, like, lose their minds because there's a lot of hot takes right now.
That would be fun to see.
Yeah, I love Spielberg though, but the man has enough recognition. He's doing okay.
Yeah.
But there we go. How is everyone feeling about those Oscars? How are you feeling? Let us know. Tell us right now. Thank you so much.
Wow, great takes, everyone.
Great.
Thank you so much for that.
All right, we're gonna take a little break.
Welcome back to the Talkies.
That's my air horn sound.
Oh, wonderful. Very good, very good.
Yes.
During the break, there was some fact-checking that happened.
Well, during the break, first of all, there was an ice cream truck outside.
There was an ice cream truck outside, and we were like, is that an ice cream truck?
And it was an ice cream truck. And
it was, in fact, an ice cream truck.
The temptation was there, but it was not pursued.
Not this time.
Fact checking. Not this time, yeah. We'll see if it rolls around next time. Fact check time. That one actor's name is Jeffrey Wright.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to this man.
Jeffrey Wright. Incredible.
Like,
loved all your recent performances.
Yeah, I was going to say. He was also in No Time to Die. And was
I did not see that one.
I watched Westworld a little bit at the beginning of the pandemic, and then I stopped. That's just how it goes. Also, another fact check. Kai, I do believe you may have invented the photograph. By photograph, I do mean the movie picture film. And that was definitely in 1888. So honestly, you weren't too far off from that with your choice of year, but I would say that photos have been around a little while longer.
Well, you win some, you lose some. I'm not the movie Bluff for nothing. But, do you know what time it is, Autumn?
What time is it, Kai?
It's time for On the Rocks! Yes, hello! Welcome to On the Rocks, the segment where I read, Autumn, some reviews from Letterboxd, and we decide if the review is on the rocks or on the rocks. Meaning, it is on the rocks, as in a great drink that you enjoy over some ice, or on the rocks, meaning, ooh, that's a little bit rocky. Autumn, do you understand the rules of the game?
I 100% do.
Okay, so So with this week, I have 3 movie reviews.
Yes.
And the first one I have 1 review. The second movie I have 2 reviews. And the last movie is a fun mystery round where I have 3 whole reviews. In the last movie, you're going to have to guess based on the reviews.
All right, wonderful.
But first review up for that, it is a half-star review on Spider-Man No Way Home.
No.
The review is... Excuse me. The review is, Andrew and Toby didn't make out. 0 out of 10. Your thoughts?
Listen, the fact that they were in the movie was a lot to expect already. But I do understand the want to reach for the stars and go above and beyond into almost fan fiction material. That's completely fair. That's hard to decide if it's On the Rocks or On the Rocks.
Which one is it?
I'm gonna have to say it's On the Rocks.
It's On the Rocks. I agree. Okay, moving on to movie number 2.
I love the mystery. That no one's gonna know if that was an agree or disagree.
Maybe we'll be more clear with the next couple.
Okay.
Next up, we have 2 reviews from West Side Story.
The new one or the old one?
The new West Side Story.
Okay, good. You did specify earlier that these were like new movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. All of these, I believe, are nominated for Oscars.
Okay, well, I have some news for you.
Does Spider-Man not have like visual effects or score
actually,
or something?
No, yeah, it was.
Beat the system.
You did beat the system there, technically, yes.
Okay, so we'll go one of these reviews at the time. We'll save your full rating for the end, but review number 1 is from someone named Dom. The first review was from Harsha. Okay, thanks Harsha. Thanks Dom for this one.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Dom gave 1 star.
Oh my gosh, everyone's harsh these days.
Wasn't exactly sure what I was expecting when seeing... Okay, let's try it again.
Bring it together.
Wasn't exactly sure what I was expecting when seeing this, but I definitely wasn't expecting a musical.
Wait, seriously? What? What were they? What? How?
Dom's not done.
Oh, come on, Dom.
I don't like musicals at all, and I genuinely thought this movie was so boring and I didn't enjoy myself at all. 1 star for the performance, as the cast did an amazing job, but unfortunately, this movie is not for me. Again, to read the start of that again, wasn't exactly sure what I was expecting when seeing this, but I definitely wasn't expecting a musical. Dom, going into West Side Story. Your thoughts?
Did Dom, I don't know, see a trailer? Did Dom, I don't know, pick up a textbook? Did Dom,
textbook?
I don't know. If you look up musical theater history, it's in that textbook, that's for sure. But I'm so dumbfounded by the thought of going into West Side Story not having known that it's shaped musicals.
Yeah.
It literally, what musical doesn't have snapping in it anymore after that? The amount of parody musicals are, oh my gosh. I especially think that this is one of those people, I love the idea that someone went to see West Side Story because they were like, another Spielberg movie. Let's check it out. Man, Jaws 2 looks great. Jurassic Park. Love that. And then they go in, they're like, there's no like man-eating animal of some kind here that's way too large for its actual dinosaurs are a different thing, but I don't know. That I can't agree, but I get why. I understand where Dom comes from in the sense of not enjoying musicals. That's fine. Go watch my video essay on why you should watch The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, though. That's the worst shameless plug I've ever done.
Shameless plugs are great, but imagine purchasing a ticket to West Side Story. Not knowing it was a musical going in.
I like the idea too that Dom did not go with anybody.
Dom was.
This was like, I wonder.
Wasn't exactly sure what I was expecting.
I've gone into some movies blind with my Alamo season pass, going, well, this is the one movie I haven't seen yet. Let's go into it, and I generally at least look up like directors' names, actors, anything like that. I did literally think I was going to a horror though last week, and it turned out to be a mobster thriller.
Oh.
Because I thought I was going to see X, and then it turns out I bought a ticket for the outfit. But both great.
Maybe that's what Dom did. Maybe Dom was trying to see a different film.
Spider-Man. They're both in New York.
They are both in New York.
Good on New York. Yeah. All right, what's the other review?
Okay. The second review from West Side Story is half a star from
Hyper
Normie. Hyper Normie says, terrifying to me that people enjoy this. Hold on, it's not done.
Okay, good.
So, again, terrifying to me that people enjoy this. At least Cats 2019 took risks. Your thoughts?
I'm broken. That has to be ironic. Oh my god. Okay. Listen. Here's what I can say they're on the rocks for. In complimentary.
Ooh, complimentary on the rocks.
Cats took risks. This movie, I think it took safe risks.
You're talking about West Side Story?
Yes.
Safe risks?
Yes.
Okay.
It took some basic, like, generic film risks, which for Spielberg is, like, nothing, because that man has reshaped movies.
Yes.
So, to him, I mean, the big leap is that he just made a musical. Big deal for the man. But, like, and yeah, Cats did take a lot of leaps. I would argue, though, to take a big risk or to take a leap of faith, you need to be able to see the other side of that ravine that you're trying to get to maybe take that leap to make it worth it. I don't think with Cats that other side of the ravine was a thing. I think it was the ocean. Like, I think it was the Grand Canyon. Impossible. I need us to all brain wipe ourselves from Cats, please. I can't take it anymore. All right.
So the final.
I'd say okay.
It's both of those reviews. You have to judge them collectively.
Hyper
normie and Dom.
Okay, I have self-reflecting to do on that response. Hyper normie. I don't agree with either of these, and it's not because I liked West Side Story. It wasn't like, yeah, I agree. It wasn't revolutionary, and I also agree it's weird to watch Ansel in it. I also, I don't know, it's about the performances. So that's where I agree with the first one with Dom, because, like, the performances shaped it. The performances deserve more than 1 star, though. And IMO, I think that they're very strong. So I would say they're on the rocks. That means on the rocks bad.
Ooh.
On the rocks negative for me.
It's a little rocky.
I disagree. It is low. It's pretty rocky out here, let me say.
Okay, great.
Lots of hot takes, though. I appreciate their boldness.
Yes, thank you.
Especially going to that movie.
Continue writing in bold Letterboxd reviews.
To Letterboxd. It's the new hip thing the kids are doing.
Yes, so, okay. Last but not least, this is the one that's a game.
Okay.
So I have 3 reviews from a movie. I'm going to read them in what I believe is the most vague to the most specific.
Okay.
And you will be rewarded in an undetermined way by if you can guess the movie based on the vague clues.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, it's okay if it doesn't as well, but
we're just gonna do it.
Okay, so this is an unknown movie.
Yes.
You're trying to guess the movie first, then we'll determine the rocky status of the movie.
Okay.
Or the on the rock status, as you would. Okay, so first up, this is Jaxie. Jaxie says, the first 2 minutes of this played when I went to see The Matrix because the projectionist made an oopsie. No Keanu Reeves, not even once. Bad movie. What do you think that's a review for?
Okay, so they went to see The Matrix.
Yep.
So it's something in December.
Potentially. You don't know what Matrix they went to see.
Well, I'm going off of the idea that these have to be recent.
Okay.
Because it's Letterboxd,
yeah.
And I don't think anybody Letterboxd in 1999, guys.
Jaxie might have, but okay. So we got Jaxie.
Something that came out in, like, around Christmas, which was literally everything. My first guess is Licorice Pizza.
Licorice Pizza is incorrect. We're on to guess 2.
I didn't think it was because you hadn't seen it. But
okay, let's see. Which one is...
I want to listen to the other ones. This is amazing.
Okay, here is clue number 2. Dear Evan Hansen.
Oh, no.
I apologize for the harsh words I said about your movie. Redacted is easily the worst and most boring movie I have ever seen in my life. If I have a penny... for every time I yawn during this, I would be a billionaire right now. That is from Infinite 007. What movie is Infinite 007 referencing?
It's not No Time to Die.
That is incorrect. Okay.
Wait, okay.
Okay, so...
Also, I only guessed that because of the
because of the name, I know. Okay, so...
just read it. I'm just throwing it out random
This is the third
guesses.
clue. There is a fourth one if you're still stumped.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think I'm stumped, but
yes.
I'm only giving one answer.
Okay, so most obvious other than the bonus one is from Lobsol. Thanks, Lobsol, for writing in. 1 star. This movie costs $165 million to make, and I would pay that exact same amount of money to get my 155 minutes of lifetime back. 155 minutes that are literally as dry as that desert. What movie is that referencing?
Oh, it's Dune.
It is
okay,
Dune!
Now I feel stupid.
No!
Well, going off of the one
guess
guess thing, I forgot that Dune and Matrix were technically in the theater at the same time because we watched it here.
Yes.
And so, yeah, because I linked Matrix pretty much just with Spider-Man.
Yeah, but we streamed Dune from the couch.
Yeah, we play smarter, not harder.
Yes, you did get it with the third guess, so you have won the bonus review, which is from Anakin_Skywalker. His review of Doom is way too much sand, an absolute nightmare.
Good. I was expecting that after that username. I'm so proud.
Yes, okay, so we got him. So, I mean, let's just go over this. We have the oopsie from the projectionist.
That's pretty iconic.
No Keanu Reeves in the movie, not even once.
Totally get it.
We have, secondly, Dear Evan Hansen, I apologize for how harsh I was to you.
Why? Wait. Why did they compare it to Dear Evan? You were throwing me for a loop. That was smart. Because then, you could have, that could have been like a Tick Tick Boom throw or something. But if that not been for like it being in theaters, because Tick Tick Boom wasn't really in theaters, except for theaters who were like, we ran out of things to play. Yeah,
so we got that one. Then we have the I want to pay $165 million to get 155 minutes back. It was dry as the desert and too much sand, an absolute nightmare. All of those reviews together, are they on the rocks or are they on the rocks?
I'd say that all together they're on the rocks. I specifically think that there's not enough rocks, though. Hello?
Horn.
There was a horn outside. I think that the Anakin Skywalker one is a different form of on the rocks in that the rocks are too grainy. It's coarse. It gets everywhere.
Irritating.
Yes, precisely.
Not like
sand.
Here.
Yes. Brilliant. All right.
On the rocks. So to summarize the reviews, Spider-Man got on the rocks, West Side Story got on the rocks, and Dune got on the rocks. This concludes our segment of On the Rocks.
Alrighty. We're gonna round this little episode out with, why am I doing that voice? We're gonna do a little segment that we're going to call Butter My Popcorn. We're gonna talk about what butters our popcorn. Yes, this segment is just us talking about something that really butters our popcorn this week. If you get what I'm saying, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, we're gonna have to talk for like a whole minute. Do you have a timer?
Oh, I can set a timer.
Brilliant.
Let me see. Once I find it, there we go. I have a timer set.
Alrighty. Do you want? I can go first.
Okay. So
you cut me off at 1 minute, and I'm just gonna spew about something that is buttering my popcorn.
Okay. Autumn. This week, what is buttering your popcorn?
What's buttering my popcorn is the great movie Poetic Justice. That sounds like a very refined title and a very refined movie. It actually is. It's something, though, that did not get much critic acclaim back when it came out. It came out, I believe, in 93, and it stars Janet Jackson and Tupac. And they are leading characters, and it's a cool, pivotal movie for Black cinema, specifically. It really helped show more perspective, I believe, at the time, onto just general violence that was happening at the time to these people, but give it more perspective than that of a white perspective, which I think is really vital. So I highly recommend it to everybody because not only does Janet Jackson look phenomenal and so young and just is beautiful and everything, but she recites Maya Angelou through the whole thing. Wonderful.
I love that. And that was 1 minute and 1 second exactly.
Yeah, that was a genuine recommendation. I thought I was going to pull out something like little fart cushions or I don't know.
No, but
something stupid, but it was a genuine.
What's it called again?
Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice.
It's leaving Amazon Prime at the end of the month, so get you watching.
Watch it now.
Highly recommend.
Okay, push the start button after you ask me the question on them.
All right, Kai, what's buttering your popcorn this week? Ready? Go.
Okay, so the thing that is buttering my popcorn is Letterboxd, the app. Step 1. Why is there a D at the end? Everyone has just called it Letterboxd. Where is the D coming from? Question number 2. Why didn't I know about this earlier? There is the ability to search any movie and then look at all of the bad reviews. It's amazing. I spent so much time today looking up the bad reviews. Incredible. What a platform. But again, why is the D there? Where did it come from?
Where does it go?
Where does it go? Why is it not just called Letterboxd? That is what is buttering my popcorn. Oh, I still have 10 more minutes? Okay.
10 more minutes.
10 seconds. Special secondary shout out to Taika Waititi's pirate ship TV show, We're the Pirates. That's not what it's called, but it was good. We watched the first episode today.
You got to 1 minute.
I got to 1 minute.
It's called Our Flag Means Death.
Our Flag Means Death. Yes. Great. A great flick.
It's not a flick.
By flick, I mean,
It's 8 flick series.
a Netflix series?
No, 8 flicks, because it's 8 episodes.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
So
8 flicks sounds like it's Netflix, but
sounds like
off-brand.
a film company a little bit.
Ooh, did we just make a thing?
God.
We might have.
God. Okay, guys, wait till 8 flicks becomes the next big thing.
Ooh, yeah, keep your eyes out. Keep
Yeah.
your eyes and ears open. Yes. Well, there we have it. Go check out Taika Waititi's new show. That's on HBO Max. And Letterboxd is an app that you just download on your phone.
It was
and
free.
It's free. And
Don't forget the D.
It's this phenomenal new thing that Kai has learned about that has been my religion for about the past since like 2018, I think. So it just was a film school kid thing to do, and now it's like trending on Twitter everywhere. So
Wow.
there you have it. But alrighty, well, look at us go. We did the thing.
Wow, we did do the thing.
Yes. Well, everybody, if you would like to check out more of this, make sure to follow us on whatever platform you're listening to us on. That's surely the easiest way to get to listen to this again when we have another episode. And otherwise, well, any personal projects we have to talk about?
I don't have any immediate ones to share, so I guess I will take this time to shout out our social media handles, which I do not know the exact titles of, but I'm gonna ad-lib. I know Instagram is at TalkiesPod.
Yes, and TikTok is TalkiesPod as well. And it's all the same logo. It's the 3D glasses. You'll see it. We'll be sharing it on our own social media channels as well.
Yes.
And surely we will also have, we also will have a link tree to all of it that you'll be able to access everything you could ever need.
Yes.
Too. And if you have any beef or any questions, comments, concerns, or just want to chat, you can also email us at thetalkies0@gmail.com. We'd be happy to start a convo with you there.
We also might read one of your messages on the program.
Yeah, you never know.
Especially if it's a review of the podcast.
Oh, yeah. We got to figure out if we could do that. And once we do that, we'll do a whole thing. We'll make it a whole big deal.
Yes.
We'd
or
love
a
to hear
movie review. Maybe I can incorporate that into the next rendition of On the Rocks.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That would be amazing. But, yeah.
Do you have any personal projects that you would like to
Surely.
shout out right now?
My only one I'd shout out right now, besides that, I already put one plug in the dead middle of the show. But I would say I have a radio show. I'm going to have another episode out here next week with Wizard Radio and She Sources. So if you want to hear me whisper sweet, sweet nothings into your ears as I play some cool hip tunes live, you can listen to me at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe it's the 2nd. April 2nd, Saturday. I'm also interviewing Veronica Fusaro on that, so it was really fun. She's the sweetest.
I love that. I cannot wait to listen.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Anything else to add, Autumn?
I think that's it. I think we done did an ep.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for listening to this inaugural episode of The Talkies. And now, as we like to say every episode, drive home safe, have a good night, and goodbye.